it seems like it varies. And good morning. How are you doing? Hopefully doing great. Thanks for streaming with us. We really appreciate it. Well, I wish I had some good news for us. It's going to be a little warmer than normal in the afternoons, which has been the case for a while now, and precipitation. I still think it's going to be hard to come by. We're just in a really dry pattern. We've kind of resorted back for a while. We had, we picked up like 1/100th or 2/100ths of an inch of rain Friday and Saturday, but we're back to just a dry pattern. I do think we're going to flip back again as we get closer to Halloween, but it's not going to help us out in the near term. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing and what I'm tracking. This week, dry pattern, high temperatures in the upper 80s, even close to 90, which is really above average for this time of the year. I think the low temperatures will be kind of mild in the mid 60s, somewhere around there. End of the month, there is a chance for some showers. I'll show you the 14-day. At this point, I'm going to go very conservative, not a real good chance for rain. That's been the pattern lately, so until I see something that's really dramatic, I think I'm going to keep it like that. Halloween looks like it's going to be really hard. I mean, that's still a long way out. What is that, 10 days? But Halloween looks like it's probably going to be a little bit cooler, not as warm, we'll say, and a chance for some showers. Of course, that could change because what I'm basing that on is a frontal boundary, and that could be like day after Halloween, day before Halloween, right on Halloween. So it's going to be really close. Anyway, that's the way I see things right now. Let's see, temperature outside, it's 11:42 in the morning. It is 72 degrees. Can't get any better than that, right? 72 is right on it. Record low 36 back in 1976. This time of the year, it can get cold. I don't see any cold headed our way. I don't see the pattern giving us that, but definitely can get that way. Record high 93 set back in 2023. Okay, before I go any further, I've got the joke of the day from David Bellis. He always supplies us with a joke. All right, this is what he says. He says, I knew a guy who was going to open a pastry shop, but he couldn't raise the dough, so he went on the loaf. Okay, all right, there you go. There's your joke from David. He didn't have enough dough to raise for the pastry shop. Hey, Terry, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. I hope you're doing great. Okay, so here's what's going on for the rest of the day today. Boy, it looks nice out there. Mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will warm up to about 87 or so, maybe 86, 87, somewhere in that vicinity. And as soon as the sun goes down, temperatures will drop off into the 70s. And we'll see a low tomorrow morning in the mid 60s. I think it went 64 or something for a low. All right, current reading 72. We do have some clouds out there, but mainly out towards the west. Carrizo Springs is at 81 and Beeville's coming in right around 80. Taking a look at the nation, high today, I'm going to go with 87. Could be 86, somewhere around there. But look at Omaha, Nebraska, 80 degrees, up around Minneapolis, St. Paul, 80 for a high. That is really warm for those folks for this time of the year. Chicago, 81 degrees as well. Out towards Salt Lake City, high temperature there right around 70. And Washington, D.C., I hear that it's really nice this time of the year. Temperatures topping out there in the mid 70s. Okay, so let's take a look at this weather pattern. We've got a upper level trough. Really, it's kind of like almost a closed low, but it's not. It's a open wave there. But anyway, moving out of New Mexico. I don't know if you saw any of the video out of New Mexico, but boy, they picked up a lot of rain. 6 inches of rain over the weekend, and that's a lot for portions of New Mexico. Around Roswell, they had a lot of flooding. That system now has kicked off to the north end of the north and east. And look what that's going to do for us as we head into tomorrow. Notice those wind arrows. This is the mid and upper level wind pattern, kind of out of the north and west, upper level ridge with a home there in Mexico. And this kind of a pattern like that, that is just dry. I mean, there's just no way we're going to see rain for the end of the week. This is tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just continues to be dry. Big ridge of high pressure out in the Baja of California over the weekend, continue with a northwest flow. And if anything, the pattern just continues to look just drier every time I look at it. But I think things will change. This is the European model, by the way. Notice how we have a big trough that's out in the Gulf of Alaska, and that's going to drop through the western portions of the country next week. I think the first part of next week will likely stay pretty warm. Timing of this is going to be really hard to nail down, but I do think as we get closer to Halloween, I think this is a little bit quick, but I think Wednesday, let's say that trough kind of kicks in on Wednesday, piece of it kind of lingers out to the west, that makes sense, and that may drag a cold front through here on Wednesday. With this kind of a pattern, it wouldn't be a real drastic cold front, but it'll be one that low temperatures will be like close to 60 and highs close to 80, something like that. And this is Halloween. Notice how we have that southwest flow aloft. The main dynamics with this system is just going to be far to the north. So again, just not a great chance for rain, but at least we've got a shift. And as long as we got a little shift, then that's good for the end of the week, end of the month, and into the first part of November. So let's take a look. This is what I'm expecting as we head through the day today. High temperature. Computer model says 86. I went 87. I mean, it could be 86, 87, somewhere around there. And then tomorrow, high temperatures back into the upper 80s, kind of mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. And then on Wednesday, high temperatures will be close to 90, I think. Let's take a look at the pollen count. Let's see. Molds are light and ragweed is also light. So if ragweed has been bothering you, it's really light, down to 30. I think ragweed's in the process of totally playing out. Okay, so here's a forecast for today. 86, 87, somewhere around there. Mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow, 88. Wednesday, 90. Thursday and Friday, highs in the upper 80s as we head into the weekend. Mid to upper 80s as well. And then for the next week, Monday and Tuesday, the 28th, 29th, upper 80s for high, partly cloudy. Here comes that frontal boundary on Wednesday, kind of more of a Pacific front. But for Halloween, let's go with mostly cloudy, 20% chance of a shower, low around 60, high around 80. And then for Friday and into the first weekend of November, upper 60s and lower to mid 80s for highs. So we're getting closer to normal. It's closer to normal anyway. And by the way, I was looking at the Lost Maple State Park with the leaf changing. I think the first weekend in November is probably going to be close to peak. I really need to go back and look to make sure, but the last I looked, I think if you've never been to Lost Maples, I think it's a great time. Leaves look awesome, and I think the first weekend in November is probably going to be prime. I doubt it's going to be this weekend coming up, so let's do the weekend after Halloween. At least that's the way it looks to me. All right, well, I've got to go and run and do the noon show. Running out of time here. Thanks for streaming with us. We appreciate it. Make sure and watch the noon show. Make sure and watch us 4, 5, 6, and 10. And, of course, you can stream us anytime, and I will be back tomorrow morning. All right, again, thanks for joining us, and I'll see you here in just a little bit. All right, thanks.